So Gquuuuuux is now trying to be into the Gverse. And well, the thing about multiverse stories is that it's always a double-edged sword. You can either be a cohesive masterpiece like the Spider-Verse movies or a giant mess like what the MCU did. Or you can just not give a damn and have all the fun you want like SRW, but I don't really see something serious like Gquuuuuux attempting something like that. While the whole multiverse plotline is interesting, I do have mixed opinions about it because I was already prepared for this to be solely an alternate take to the Universal Century and nothing more than that. But now that we pretty much have a multiverse confirmed, let's talk about what can be done. This gives them the opportunity to explain new type phenomenon in aspects that previous UC shows weren't able to. I'm sure most of you anticipate answers on what happened to CCA Char and Amuro. You might want to see how this would tie in with Turn A. And take note, Turn A was supposed to represent the end of Gundam, and Gquuuuuux is the GMS Omega, a Greek letter used to signify the end. Shuuji is Jim Gingham, I'm calling it. You saw it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, let's try to take this seriously by aligning our theories with Gquuuuux's story goals. So far, I believe the story's characters have 5 general existing objectives. Number 1, reach Earth. Number 2, find Char. Number 3, find Shuuji. Number 4, kill Giren and Kycilia at the same time. As for Char, the gang hasn't found him yet, but he is hinted to still be alive in the form of Shirozo, who shares the same voice actor as Gquuuuuux Char, not to be confused with Shuichi Ikeda, who voiced the original Char. I'd like to believe there's a reason why they casted a new voice actor for Char instead of hiring Ikeda, and I believe it's that they want to separate the voices of the main timeline UC characters from their GQ counterparts, similar to what Sony did with the Spider-Verse movies. So assuming that is the case, Shirozo would indeed be Gquuuuuux Char and not the mainline UC Char. And given that, Furuhashi has the opportunity to tell us what happened to the main timeline Char and Amuro through this another side concept. I also want to mention a related weird thing from last episode. Notice Lalah's cockpit has what looks like blood splatters. Or, I mean, it could just be dirt, but some people interpret that as blood splatters. But the Elmeth, the Rose of Sharon, doesn't have the beam saber stab that supposedly killed Lalah. So it's not really clear from what point in time this Lalah came from. But in line with Komali's observation that the Elmeth looks distorted, it could be said that the point in time this Lalah and Elmeth originated from is indefinite. This could be the physical manifestation of a Lalah lost in time and space, to the point it's not clear what specific time she's from. Does that make your head hurt? Just use your new type powers to understand what I mean. Now let's talk about Shuuji, who I now think could be related to Jim Gingham. Come on guys, I'm not crazy, I swear. Imagine if he was lost in time, then ends up being Jim, or Jim's ancestor. That would be kinda sad for Machu and Nyan, but I do think it would be kinda cool if they managed to connect Gquuuuuux with Turn A. Now let's talk about Shalia's goal of having Giren and Kycilia unalived at the same time. Let's remember that the two are both already dead in the main UC timeline. This makes me wonder if Shalia already secretly knows about this and that's why he wants them both killed. Or assuming he really doesn't know yet, maybe he'll find out eventually, then try using elements of the main timeline to achieve his assassination goal. And lastly, achieving another Seknova might be what further bridges the two worlds and reveals more answers. I just hope we don't get an ending where the multiverse resets, then Machu just suddenly becomes part of the main UC timeline like what Marvel Comics loves doing. And yeah, generally, I just hope that they treat this multiverse as cohesively as possible. I also hope they don't connect the story with Thunderbolt, which is another alternate UC story. That would make things really messy, I imagine. If they really want to do that, dude, just make a cameo. Don't needlessly complicate things. But yeah, aside from all this, I hope we still see the show tackle more of its alternate universe side, instead of fully focusing on its multiversal aspect. I'd like to see them do cool things with alternate versions of side story characters like Christina and Kouraki and Monsha. Oh, and give us a cameo of main timeline Shiko, that'd be cool. Let's see how many people she's killed as a Titan. Anyway, that's what's in my head. Tell me what's in yours. I'd like to know your own thoughts on the Gquuuuuux multiverse. That's it for the video. You all have a nice day.